That side, okay. We were looking at how we don't want you ladies to just be the only ones active and serving all of this. We want to like step it up and just lead because we are leaders. Amen, sisters. Amen. Leaders up here.
Amen.
We know that even though we are the head, the neck controls the head. We know that, but we still want to do our part. So we start from here. We looked at some points that things that hinder men from being as committed in church as ladies. Those are the things we focused on. So go for it.
Oh, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Yes, one of the points that was raised was that the men say they don't have time for church. So we tackled that with that. For anything you can have time. It just depends how you prioritize your time. And so we looked at that and that we should prioritize the time in order of urgent, important, and then we will be able to make time to come to church. Amen. Amen. Amen.
That's good. Thank you so much. So we need to get at that with the priority metrics and time management skills. So watch this space. And I was going next, so go for it.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
So in addition to that, we also looked at the loyalty that women have compared to the loyalty of men differ. So the women tend to be more loyal to the church leadership than the men are. There's the sense of pride in the men, like to be submissive to the church leadership. So it's a question of women being more loyal. I'm sure these we have heard, we have seen where the issues are raised, where the wives are more at church and the husbands complaining because they are left at home. I remember Pastor Miles Monroe did share something where he sent a woman to go back home because the husband was complaining that she's spending more time at church with the pastor. And the pastor, when the woman approached the pastor with the issue, the pastor told her, go back home to your husband. Don't spend time here. So what I'm saying is the women are more loyal. They want to do that, while the men would feel like, should I be, So it's a question of loyalty and the pride in short. That's what I'm saying.
Pride comes before the fall.
Yeah.
So we no longer want to be proud.
Wow.
We've made a decision. We will humble ourselves and serve.
That's right.
So that's the moral of the story.
Amen.
Go for it.
Good afternoon.
Afternoon.
And just adding on to that, we also looked at something that holds us, mostly as men, to participate fully to church activities. We looked at the traditions. Traditionally, we always think that we are men and we push our women to go to church, or the church is for women. And the other thing we looked at is being insular, the emotions that comes with it.
That's right. So they're saying, men don't cry.
Yeah.
Men don't cry.
Yeah.
That attitude, we don't want it anymore. We want to cry. Yeah. Give us the handkerchief and everything.
Yeah.
Because we want to express ourselves a bit more. We don't want to be sure. We just ask one thing. When we become vulnerable and express ourselves, please don't use our vulnerability to hit us on the head with it. Okay, don't judge us too harshly. Be kind. Be patient. That's what we're saying. So we're saying that men can be a bit more open and not as closed as we are. But when we are open, please be kind. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Johnny, just tell me the truth, Johnny. When Johnny tells the truth, I'm leaving, Johnny. I'm not. You want the truth? So don't do that, okay? So when we come out, be kind and be nice about it. Okay, where are we in the fourth one?
Good afternoon, church.
Good afternoon.
I think the pastor, thank you for coming, and we had a good conversation with the pastor, and we learned a lot of things. And one of the things we discussed is why men are not coming to church, yet we flock to go and watch football. One of the things we discover is lack of vision. If a man doesn't understand the vision of the church. It's difficult for a man to come, but when he buys into the vision, he understands and he will be more committed. In this, he will love God, he will follow Christ, he save others, he will have an impact also in the community. So these are the things we discussed, and there are a lot of things we discussed outside that, which is very, very good.
Awesome stuff.
Awesome.
Thank you so much. So vision, because men don't just want to follow anyhow. They want to know exactly where we're going, how we're doing this, what we're paying for, what it is for, how much was it, where's the receipt, the whole thing. So when a man understands that, he is going to be all in. So I think that's a very good point. So we looked at all those things, and finally we encouraged one another in some issues that we men face. And we zoomed in on one important issue of black tax. And we talked about something like black tax. Why are you racist? No, black tax is a diaspora tax. So those of us that live in diaspora, we have a lot of. Some of you are fighting right now with your husband because you need to help your auntie in Shangombo who's got a funeral. So we talked about how to handle things like this, where family abroad are always asking for money, and how to deal with this within the family. And we decided that we're going to budget for it. And once the budget is finished, the answer is no. Within budget, the answer is yes, we can help. But once it's outside the budget, we're not fighting about this in the house. We can't help because it's outside the budget. So we talked about that. And eventually we said, we have trained our families to be this way. So now our job is to start retraining them, to show them that we don't pick money up from Sobe Street. Or Kebi, where's the one on the other side? Cake is on the other side. Cake doesn't produce any money on the street. So over the years, our families abroad think that we live on streets of God. So we have to retrain them and show them that they need to be a bit more considerate and maybe stop doing all this thing of waiting until they've been kicked off the course and say, I've been kicked off the course, tell me 3 months in advance so that I can plan and help. So that we've talked about things like that. Otherwise, that's what we did as the men, and Pastor was with